Greetings, friends. Jason here for AxodysFC. It is Sunday night. Sun is setting on the weekend. Not a lot of concrete Spurs stuff to talk about. Dominic Solanke definitely is the primary source of rumors at the moment, I guess. The owner of Bournemouth said something to the effect of he expected to have him, hadn't heard anything about him leaving. They certainly didn't want to sell him, something to that effect. He didn't actually play in their most recent friendly. It was described as he had some kind of injury or something like that. But, the speculation might be that he was held out because we're in the middle of negotiating something with Bournemouth. It's pretty clear they don't want to reduce the price, and he'd be like a £65 million guy because of the release clause he has. Spurs, I think, is one of the teams that can trigger that. Additionally, maybe Chelsea's also interested in him because they don't have a set striker at this point that they're happy with. So, definitely seems to be smoke. There was some other. So anyway, that's about all I got for Solanke. One other thing that soccer-wise that I was thinking about this weekend was I finally I started just a few days ago, earlier this week, but I finished it this weekend. Was the Under Pressure Netflix docuseries on the USWNT 2023 World Cup, and it was pretty good documentary. A lot of good kind of behind the scenes stuff with the quite a few of the players that like Christy Mewis and Lynn Williams, good friends, actually, or, siblings of Sam Mewis. So it was cool to see their perspective as fans of them. Wow, what a hard to kind of relive that. It's been a year, obviously, so things weren't fresh, but the way everything worked out, and anyway, it was cool to see kind of the players' perspective on how it all went down, and relive the kind of the harsh criticisms from the punditry. I think in retrospect, it was actually absolutely a killer to lose Mallory Swanson. It was, a problem that some of the veterans were still, actually two things. Like, it was sad for Riley and Megan Rapinoe to go out on those penalties kind of as their last significant actions for the team, but it was sort of ridiculous too that they were put in that position, and just the build-up and construction of that team. And this goes back, like, prior to that, we should have had other younger options, really, but anyway, it is what it is. And in retrospect too, it's like, as well as the Olympics have been going under Emma Hayes, it's nice to see kind of things coming back around, and coming together pretty quickly. I still don't think we're anywhere near our max potential, but it's a good stepping stone towards what kind of team we can field for the next World Cup in 2027. And yeah, so anyway, it was definitely easier to watch this than it would have been in December, where the pain of that failure was so not that long ago. But anyway, definitely interesting. I'm glad I watched it, and it was well done. And I enjoy kind of the human perspective and the people, behind the people that the players actually are. Yeah, they're all outstanding individuals, and yeah, it's such a hard, especially if you're one of the subs potentially. It's such a hard position to be. You're an elite player, and to just be stuck there not getting to play, but needing to be ready in an instant. Yeah, and in retrospect, and actually that I would say that is a flaw too with the current team. There's not enough rotation, and that was and actually this goes back to Spurs too. In the modern game, you've got to have, the manager has to be confident in he or she, I should say, has to use subs. You have to use subs in the modern game. And if you don't, it's going to punish you eventually. So, yeah, you have to be able to, it will ultimately bite you if you don't find a way to get comfortable and get the players comfortable in a role where they're playing. You must use those 5 substitutions every single match in some way. If you're not, you're failing. You're failing your players and your team, and it's just, you haven't picked the right team if you don't have that group that can do that. So this is like turning into a rant about successful managing. So my fear is actually we're going to flame out in the Olympics, potentially in the semis or the final, because we don't have that rotation piece. So kind of a downer, but I hope I'm wrong. But yeah, you've got to use all your subs. You've got to use your subs. So we'll see how this plays out. As always, thanks for tuning in. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy these. And remember, to dare is to do.